That would be my ideal answer if they asked me, tell me about yourself. And what has that resulted in, originally the entry-level positions is what I'm interviewing for. I get out of there and they double my salary. I get out of there and they're paying more than what the job description is. Please come in. Hi, yes, so I see that you're really good at all of this, so tell me a little bit about yourself. So tell me about yourself. Boy, that question gets us sweating. But luckily, I found a way on getting rid of that nerve and acing that interview. So if you're excited about this, like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. So there was many cases where I did go into a lot of interviews, and the only reason being is because I personally wanted to interview a company myself to see if it's a good match. A lot of times that question has not been acknowledged to me, only because this is a point that I definitely must know about, and that is because I was in control of the conversation. And you're asking me, how did I do that? Well, I literally turned the tables around. You know how the interviewer is asking you the questions? I became the one asking the questions myself in the event that you do get asked that question. And I get it. We've all been there. We've all been nervous. First of all, I want to give you some points when you're about to go into this interview. First, turn off your phone. If anything, keep that phone in your car. Turn it off, keep it in the car, away from you. Every person that goes into this interview, they're looking at their phone before they meet with the manager, with the boss, whoever it is that they have to meet. Turn that thing off, keep it in your car, do whatever it takes to be away from your phone. I think you'll live if you don't have your phone for the next 30 minutes or so. Secondly, when you're waiting for the person to come interview you, you want to make sure that you're looking them direct eye contact and make sure you give them a firm handshake. Not something crazy, but just firm, direct, and short and simple. And of course, smile. That's like another huge one. I know we're nervous. Oh my God, we're about to do this interview. But honestly, if you smile, it kind of, releases nervousness. You don't feel like you're as nervous. So definitely smile, because believe it or not, like managers, people who have to interview the person, it's having a very stressful day. So when you can turn that around, you already are hired. The interviewer is also nervous because they want to make a good hire. Like it takes a lot of energy and strength to find a good hire. And if they make a bad hire, that's already tens and thousands of dollars that they're wasting if that ever happens. So that's why it's best to turn the tables around and ask questions. But what questions do you ask? If you literally want to know step by step on what exactly to say, let me know in the comments below and I will do that video. So as you give them a handshake, looking them in the eye, you're smiling, and then you simply just say, how is your day going? That immediately is turning the tables and you are in control of the conversation, which means you are not nervous anymore, to be quite honest with you, because they're talking. Because when you start talking, you're like, what do I say? I have to be perfect. No, it's okay to turn the tables around in a very honoring, respectful way. How is your day going, Bob? Oh, it's going good, okay. So Bob, did you originally relocated for this position? Oh, I did actually. Get them to talk. Shut up. Get them to talk. It's a huge point. And okay, so what exactly is your position here? What do you do? What's your position? And then they're telling you. You can start off by saying, well, Bob, first of all, I want to thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to come and interview me. I know it takes a lot of energy and time to be able to interview people and finding the right hire. I am also doing several interviews myself because, these days a company just cannot make a bad hire. And on the other side of the fence, people like myself shouldn't get started with the wrong company. So if you're okay, Bob, I would love to ask you just simple few questions to see if this is a great match or if this is going to be a good match. That's it. And they're honestly, like 99% of the time, they're so receptive to where you start asking the questions after you have laid out the foundation of how this interview process is going to go. So after you say that they're going to be, of course, go right ahead. Have a notepad and pen, because there's going to be the list of questions that you're going to have in there, because you're not going to remember in your head, nor are you going to remember their responses. You're not going to remember what they said to you after you ask them questions. All right. So it puts you in a very humbling spot, and a very also serious position, because let's face it, the other people that are having the interview process, they know everything. They don't need to write anything down. They got everything down. They can talk so great about themselves, but let's face it, those people don't really end up lasting long with that company, because they weren't able to deliver on what the company's needs are, because they haven't written it down. They always just talked about themselves. Okay, but seriously, where's your seriousness? Where's your like, how do you even know what the company needs? That's when you ask during the interview process. You're not just here to find anything. Long story short, you're asking them questions. Okay, so Bob, what do you like about the company? What do you not like about the company? Has the economy affected the company? Things like that. Again, if you want to know more questions to ask, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to be able to do that video. But worst case scenario, I wouldn't call it worst case scenario. Let's say you just like freeze and you don't know what to do, and they ask you, because, it's like you decide who wants to be in control of the conversation. And obviously, as you are asking these questions, you also are allowing them to ask you questions too. I remember, I got into many interviews because I was serious about finding the right fit, that they haven't asked me anything. When you can put yourself in a position where they don't ask you anything and you're in control of the conversation, you're asking these questions, man, you've aced the interview. But if worst case scenario, they end up asking, okay, I really do want to know about you, then more than likely, you can talk about what you can deliver and things like that. But it's most important to deliver that and then circle it back to another question, because you are in control of the conversation. So let's just say they do ask you, tell me about yourself. You just go into your spill of what I just said earlier in this video. First of all, Bob, I want to thank you so much for helping me, for taking the time to interview me. I know it takes a lot of interviews for you to find the right match. And they're going to be like, yes, I know, you're so right. Well, Bob, if you don't mind, I'm actually doing a lot of interviews myself, and I don't want to waste your time. And I know these days a company cannot make a bad hire, nor does a person like me, want to get started with the wrong company. So if you're okay, I'd love to ask you simple few questions just to see if this is going to be a great match. And that's it. Now you're in control. That would be my ideal answer if they asked me, tell me about yourself. And what has that resulted in, originally the entry-level positions is what I'm interviewing for. I get out of there and they double my salary. I get out of there and they're paying more than what the job description is. Why? Because this skill that I'm showing you, that I'm teaching you on, I've applied it, it happened to me, I made a lot of money from it, because it puts you in an executive position and it shows the interviewer that you're different, because 0% chance is someone else doing what you're doing, which is asking questions and turning the tables around, smiling, nodding, taking notes as they are telling you the responses. Boom, you're shining like a star. So real quick, how do you end the interview? And again, if you want me to go more into detail into this whole interview thing, let me know. But how do you end the conversation? So after you have asked them the questions, you say, you know what, Bob, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions. When would you like me to start? Monday, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.? So we can start helping the company do X, Y, and Z. What is X, Y, and Z? The questions you've asked them already. then the responses, you put them in those blanks. So we can help the company do blah, blah, blah. And then you just shut up, you smile, and you wait for their response. And there you go. You got the job. Next thing you know, you're working the following week, and they've exceeded the amount that you were gonna be originally be paid for. It's, oh my God. I remember the first time I've done this, I thought I was dreaming, to be quite honest with you. Like, I never thought in a million years. Yeah, it's ridiculous because it gets you results. And then if you want to take things a little bit further, which I suggest you do, after they said, you know what, yes, you can start on Monday at 8 or 9, blah, blah, blah. But if they say, you know what, I still have a couple of group of people that I need to interview, and I'll definitely get back with you. And then you just say, you know what, that's perfect. I totally understand. Mind if we stay in touch? Because you're going to also follow up. If this is truly the career route you want to go for this company, you would do these things. If it's just like whatever thing, then no need to waste more time on this video. But if it's something that you're serious about and how to handle situations in interviews and things like that, is okay, mind if I, stay in touch with you? If they say they have to interview other people, of course. Or if they say, okay, well, you got hired, perfect, even better, right? So right after, what you do is that you leave the office, you shake hands, very firm, professional, direct eye contact, and then you leave a thank you card with the receptionist. Oh yeah, this is big and gold. You leave a card and then you say thank you for meeting with me and everything that they have mentioned, whether it's like something personal about their lives. Hey, I hope your son does well on the football game next Friday, or something, like something personal that they mentioned to you. If they didn't, that's fine. You can say something about the company's needs. But all in all, is saying thank you for their time. Oh my gosh. It's awesome. It's an awesome process. Whether they're going to interview more people or you got the job, you do it anyway. And you give it to the receptionist, and boom. It's an awesome feeling. And if you apply this, I want you to literally email me and tell me how it went. I want to hear from you. Or you can even share it on the comments below, whichever way you're comfortable with. But my direct email is nathalie.lazo@gmail.com. All of that is provided down below. Let me know how all of that went for you. And if this video was helpful, make sure you give it a like, share with other people that may find this super helpful for when they're about to go into their interview or they're looking for a job. This is great for them. And again, if you want me to go into detail about this, comment down below as well, and I would give you more scripts on what to say and what to write down as you're taking notes if you truly want to know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.